Welcome back to the Dashavatara of Emotions. In today's episode, we'll explore the story of Parashurama, the sixth Avatara of Vishnu. His journey teaches us powerful lessons about justice, self respect, and the way guilt and regret can trap us. Most importantly, it sheds light on how karma plays out in our lives. So, let me start by asking you, have you ever felt weighed down by guilt? Maybe you made a mistake, hurt someone, or didn't act when you should have. And regret, that feeling that you should have done things differently. These emotions can leave us stuck, trapped in an endless loop of what if I had done that? Or should I have done this? I have personally struggled with this. I have found myself time and again trying to be a good person at all costs, forgiving others even when they hurt me deeply, thinking it was the right thing to do. That's the power of their manipulation. They know how to keep reinstilling guilt and regret within us. But what I didn't realize was that in doing so, I was causing harm to myself, leave aside what the manipulator was doing to me. I was sabotaging my own self-worth and letting guilt rule my actions. Guilt and regret often prevent us from seeking justice. We feel like standing up for ourselves is somehow wrong, that it might lead us to more pain, more regret down the line. But the truth is, this is where karma plays a key role. Karma is not, and I repeat, not about punishment nor about reward. It's about balance. Let's look at the story of Parashurama. He lived in a time when the rulers, the Kshatriyas, had become corrupt. They were abusing their power, taking advantage of the innocent, and ignoring their duty to protect others. When Parashurama's father was wronged by a greedy king, Parashurama could have easily been consumed by guilt or regret, wondering if it was wrong to fight back. But instead, he chose to stand up for himself, for his father, and for the protection of all others. He chose justice, not for revenge, but to restore balance. Armed with an axe given to him by Lord Shiva, Parashurama swore to rid the world of these corrupt rulers. His mission wasn't out of personal anger, it was out of a sense of responsibility to correct what was wrong. Parashurama didn't let guilt or regret cloud his judgment. He acted with clarity, with purpose, and understanding that justice had to be served to restore dharma, the cosmic order. Now let's bring this into our own lives. How often do we let guilt prevent us from acting? We may feel that by standing up for ourselves, we're being selfish or that we're inviting negative karma. But here's the truth. Karma is balance. And I repeat again, karma is not about punishment or reward. It is balance. When you allow injustice to continue, when you don't stand up for yourself or others, you're allowing that imbalance to grow. And that too has consequences, my dear friend. Parashurama's actions, fierce as they were necessary to correct the imbalance. But here's where the story goes one level deeper. After he fulfilled his duty, Parashurama didn't continue on the path of anger or violence. He withdrew into a life of penance and peace. This shows us the importance of letting go once justice is served. Because what we end up doing is sometimes when we do stand up for ourselves against the person manipulating us, we hold on to the rage, which welcomes guilt and regret, and we are in a self-sabotaging spiral. You have served yourself justice, you have stood up for yourself, You have said no when no means no. You have drawn that line, that boundary. Let go and move on. That is the power that you can restore within yourself of balance. Like I said, justice isn't about holding on to anger or resentment. It is about doing what's right in the moment and then allowing yourself to find peace afterward. When you let guilt and regret fester, you create more negative energy in your life. But when you act with clarity, when you know you are standing up for what's right, then you let go just like that. Trust the universe and everything else will be taken care of. Coming back to karma, at its very core, karma is about action and consequences. It's not about external actions. It's also about how we handle those actions emotionally. So external actions do matter, but how we handle ourselves matters even more. If we act out of fear, guilt, or anger, we create more chaos within ourselves. But if we act with a clear heart, knowing we are restoring balance, we allow karma to play out in a way that brings healing and not harm. So the power of letting go, the power of karma to restore balance is what leads us to do justice to ourselves and to others, setting that example for those who matter to us. Don't be attached to the outcome. Be aware of the outcome. So I'm not saying be ruthless, harm someone who has hurt you. What I'm saying is stand up for yourself. Stand up for the right fight. Stand up for your self-respect. You don't need to be violent. You don't need to brew more conflict. All you need to say is enough is enough. You have been manipulating me for so long, but now no more. I don't want to avenge the past, but I want to move from here on in peace. Remember, holding on only creates new cycles of guilt and regret. Because the part a manipulator plays in your life is to keep you swinging like a pendulum between guilt and regret so that you're trapped under their control. To break out of that cycle, you need to break out of that cycle and not make them help you break out of that cycle. Clarity is your way forward. So how can you apply this in your life? It starts by acknowledging, accepting, and recognizing the harmful effects of guilt and regret and the manipulation that is happening to you. Guilt and regret are emotions that are natural, but should not be used to control us. They shouldn't stop you from seeking justice, standing up for yourself. You must learn to act from a place of balance and not fear. Remember, standing up for yourself is not selfish. It's necessary for maintaining harmony in your life. Parashurama's story teaches us that sometimes anger is necessary, but it must be used with caution. You should be able to have the controls of the volume and the tone of anger. Use it as a weapon, but don't become the angry person and don't become anger itself. And remember, justice is not about revenge. It's about restoring balance, my friend. Balance is the key word. And once balance is restored, you must find the inner strength to move on, let go, and trust that the universe is taking care of all that matters. So, as we wrap up today's episode, I request you to think about where in your life you may be holding on to guilt or regret. Is there a situation where you've been avoiding standing up for yourself out of fear of what might happen? Remember, avoiding conflict or suppressing your emotions is not the answer. True justice comes from acting with a clear heart and letting go once the action is taken. Thank you for joining me today. Until the next time, the next Avatara of the Dashavataras of our emotions, may you find the courage to walk the path of balance, defending your truth without being weighed down by guilt or regret, and trusting that karma will always bring back everything into the cycle of harmony. Keep growing, keep seeking, keep shining, keep glowing. Love, grace, gratitude. Why? Because अरे क्यों? क्योंकि from the depths of curiosity to the peaks of understanding, join me in this journey of the Dashavatara of Emotions. क्यों? Because I, Karishma Udit Chhatrapati, cares for your emotional wellness. कुछ बातों का मतलब, कुछ मतलब की बातें. क्या मतलब?